Hey, what's up everybody? This is Todd Bowen from sittingposture.com. Welcome to today's video, how to get used to a standing desk. Number one, there's 4 rules that I like to go by when switching over from a sitting position to a standing position working at a computer. Number 1, don't stand for long periods of time. Number 2, maintain the natural curves of the spine, which means don't slouch or overextend, and we'll go over a picture later. Raise your desk, including the keyboard, mouse, and monitor. All 3 of those need to be raised when the desk is raised. And number 4, use an anti-fatigue mat to stand on. So let's go into these a little bit more in depth. Don't stand for long periods of time. So repetitive strain and overuse injuries are the enemy here. It's not the position that we are working in. It's how long we stay in that position for long periods of time. I usually stand for about 30 minutes and I take a break to walk around or just get some kind of movement in. Not necessarily a resting break, but more of a movement break. Sometimes I'll stretch that out to like 45 minutes or maybe an hour. I'll stand at my desk if I feel good physically and my mental clarity is up. I might stay there for about an hour, but that's about as long as I'll ever do it. On average, I usually do about 30 minutes before I take a break to walk around. Number 2, maintain the natural curves of the spine. Don't slouch or overextend. Here's a picture of a spine from the side angle, from the right side of the user. So here's the lumbar curve down here. It goes up and into the thoracic and the cervical. You can see how these are naturally curved. It's very important when we sit up straight or when we stand up straight that we still keep these natural curves in the spine. Otherwise, the spine could lead to a number of problems like disc degeneration. If you can look closely, every vertebrae here has a disc in between that and the next vertebrae. So when we slouch forward, the front side of the body compresses that disc and crushes it, and at the same time the back of the spine overextends and tears away at the disc. So it's a lot of imbalance going on. The same disc crushing on the front end, overextending and tearing on the back end. So what we want to do is we want to make sure we stay in that neutral position with our spine for as long as possible. Here's a good example. I don't have a picture of like this of a user standing up, but it's the same principle. You can see he's sitting up straight, but his spine is also curved. If he was to slouch forward, his spine, he would lose the natural curves in his body. His upper back would lean forward, and he'd cause a lot of tension in the chest and overextension in the upper back. But you can see it's a natural curvature going on here in his spine while he is sitting at a computer, and the same thing applies when standing at a computer. Number 3, raise your desk. And obviously, the keyboard, the mouse, and the monitor are all on the desk, but we want to make sure, just in case, that all those are raised. They should be in the same area when we're standing compared to when we're sitting. Here's a great picture right here. Look at how he's got, on the picture on the left, he's got his eye level at the top of the monitor screen. You go over here after he raises his desk, eye level is still at the top of the monitor screen. Over here, sitting on the left, his elbow is just above the desk, which allows him to put his hands on the keyboard and mouse comfortably. Over here, elbow just above the desk on the standing picture. Over here, he's got his feet flat on a footrest because he had to lift his chair up high enough to get his elbows above the desk. So sometimes it's necessary to have a footrest, sometimes it isn't. Over here, and obviously when you're standing, you always want to have your feet flat on the floor. You can lean to one side just to get a little bit of movement in, a little bit of I guess asymmetry is what it would be called. But as long as you don't stay in that one side for long periods of time, again, repetitive strain and overuse injuries are the enemies here. So if anything is not symmetrical on our bodies and working on a computer, we don't want to do it for too long. Otherwise, it'll cause a muscle imbalance from one side to the other. And number 4, real simple, use an anti-fatigue mat. This helped me out a lot. I got mine on Amazon for about $20. They're very inexpensive. This is not paid promotion, by the way. There's plenty of them, plenty of different options up there, and they're all pretty similar. It's just a thick foam that I stand on I work bare feet a lot because I have the ability to work from home. And it's just a thick piece of foam that I stand on that's really taken a lot of stress off my feet. And your feet are connected to the ground, so that causes all kinds of issues. If those are overworking, it causes all kinds of muscle imbalances throughout the leg and dysfunction in the ankle and the knee, all speaking from experience. So that's it. In summary, let's go over these 4 tips. Again, don't stand for long periods of time. Maintain the natural curves of the spine. Don't slouch or overextend, even though we're sitting up straight or standing up straight. Raise your desk, which includes the keyboard, mouse, and monitor. And 4, finally, use an anti-fatigue mat. That's it for today's video, how to get used to a standing desk. Thanks for watching. If you've made it this far, congratulations. You're taking a big step forward in improving the quality of your life, and that's definitely something to be proud of. If you want to sign up for free email updates, go to sittingposture.com/newsletter. I only send out 1 email a week on Fridays. I don't spam people, and you can unsubscribe at any time by clicking one button at the bottom of any of my emails. But what I put in those emails every week is one link will have the article that I wrote for my website that week. And 2 other links will have the videos that I posted to my YouTube channel that week. So if you want, go to sittingposture.com/newsletter. It's always free. And that's it for today's video, guys. How to get used to a standing desk. This is Todd Bowen from sittingposture.com. Take care.